Welcome back to the Autism Acceptance Channel. As you know, this channel is dedicated to all things autism awareness, acceptance, and empowerment. Our top stories today are on the grand opening of the Center for Autism and Developmental Disabilities, a web-based resource on info related to autism, talking about sound therapy, and putting the spotlight on this awesome person with autism. So, let's jump right into it. Man, oh man, do we have the story for you guys. This main story is local. South of the main city of Los Angeles, it's located in the Jacqueline Avant Child and Family Center / MLK Jr. Outpatient Center, and it's on the second floor. It is here that the brand new, never before seen, completely historic, full service Autism Health and Community Center is located. And it just recently opened the doors for the people of Southern California. This is historic, as it is the state's first ever comprehensive medical and development center. So then, what exactly does that mean? Well, if you're a parent or guardian of a child on the spectrum, you would know that in order to make sure that your child gets all the essential services that they need, you're going to be running around. Getting the services that your child needs often means making multiple trips throughout the month to various locations. And sometimes that means traveling across different counties. And all this just to make sure that your kiddo gets the services that they're entitled to. And now, all the hustling and bustling can come to a stop. This revolutionary center is the ideal way to get autism services. It is quite literally a one-stop shop for all things autism and developmental disabilities. So, what kind of services do they offer? Well, here's a list of all the services currently being offered at C.A.D.D, or the Center for Autism and Developmental Disabilities. ABA therapy / behavioral therapy, speech therapy, occupational therapy, transitional therapies related to development, early intervention services, and parent / guardian resources. But that's not all. As it states on their website, C.A.D.D will provide, along with the services already mentioned, social and life skills guidance, as well as pediatric and dentistry provided by their partner, St. John's Well Child. Additionally, there's a technology center, music center, and even a multimedia / gaming center. Wow! And yeah, all of this is in one convenient location. All of these services, all being within C.A.D.D, is a dream made into reality by Ariva Martin, the founder who spearheaded this entire operation. She mentions in an interview on Fox 11 that this was a personal endeavor for her, as her son Marty has autism. She described her desire to tackle this issue with having to go to so many different places, all to service her kiddos' needs. And finally, it's here, ready to help all people with developmental disabilities and their associated families and peers. And one of my personal favorite things about this center is the look and feel of the interior. Have you ever noticed your kiddo getting scared from moving from a familiar place like your home to that of a doctor's clinic or a dentist, where it feels kind of just cold and unfamiliar? Well, my friends, this center stands out from the rest because it's built to be welcoming, more familiar, and less scary for kiddos on the spectrum and people with developmental disabilities. Why, you ask? Well, studies have shown that children with autism and other developmental disabilities thrive in environments that are more familiar and natural-like to that of other environments. So it goes without saying that this place is the place to go when it comes to all things autism and developmental disabilities. Be sure to check them out on their website. And if you're local to Southern California, be sure to check out the Center for Autism and Developmental Disabilities, located on the second floor of the Jacqueline Avant Child and Family Center / MLK Jr. Outpatient Center. We here at the Autism Acceptance Channel are so happy to hear that the center finally opened to the general public, as it is so needed and important to families with children on the autism spectrum and other developmental disabilities. Thank you so much, Ariva Martin. You rock. Next up, a helpful resource. Are you unsure if your child has autism? Do you wish there were hundreds of videos that showcased what early signs of autism could look like? Well then, you should check out autismnavigator.com. a super helpful website that has plenty of family resources all about autism. Today, we'll be talking about their free ASD video glossary, where you can find more than 100 video clips showing different diagnosable features about autism. All it takes is for you to register with Autism Navigator with a free account, and you'll have access to a bunch of helpful resources. We are so glad to know that there are other websites out there that do their best to inform parents and keep a log of information that is accessible and free. So again, be sure to check out the resource at autismnavigator.com/family resources. Right there. Now, let's take a moment to relax, unwind, and open our ears to the soothing vibrations of sound therapy. Join us as we aim to heal through the power of sound.
Hi everyone. Oh my gosh. A great turnout today.
Hi, I'm Janelle Corpus-Heathcote. I'm the founder and owner of Kin Unified Healing, and we're here at Behavioral Autism Therapies, and we're about to do the Joyful Jams Sound Circle with the rest of the Kin team over here.
Line it up for us. Everybody listen, okay?
What is sound therapy?
So sound therapy is the use of specific sound frequencies, whether they are low frequencies like drums or higher frequencies like crystal bowls, that can be used to bring a person's state of being, their vibration, into harmony. So we do that by using multiple different instruments in a lot of different ways. Sound therapy can be used with the person just listening to the sound. It could be used with the person playing the sound, like expressive arts therapy. And so there's very many ways to engage in a sound healing activity.
Go ahead, David.
So what does it mean to be a sound healer?
Well, honestly, everybody is a sound healer. If they are aware of, their own frequency and their own vibration. So you could be a sound healer with your own voice. You could use your tone of voice to calm a person's nervous system. That can be considered sound healing. But sound healers that are trained, or sound therapists that are trained, have a specific expertise where they understand the principles of sound healing and how to apply them in many different situations. So it's not like a cut and paste type of thing. Some person might come in for anxiety, and so you would apply a certain type of sound frequency in their therapy. Actually last week somebody came in for tinnitus for me to help them with that, and I used a specific modality for them too. So it's different combinations of various instruments and how you apply them that makes you a sound healer.
So why is this helpful for children on the autism spectrum?
So sound therapy is helpful for children on the autism spectrum because sound therapy engages so many different parts of the brain. So my daughter actually is on the spectrum, and when we went to this place where they actually did a brain test on her, and they were saying that the left side of her brain was a lot more active than the right side of her brain. So a lot of modalities in sound therapy actually help both hemispheres of the brain to oscillate at the same pace, which actually will create a lot of calmness in the individual, and it also helps to balance out both hemispheres, right? So a lot of the sound therapy also engages many different parts of the brain that don't communicate with each other normally. So like prefrontal cortex and like the lower areas of the brain all sort of start to communicate with each other when you are engaging in sound therapy, especially when you're playing it and when you're playing it in a group. People start to sort of be able to, it's a concept called entrainment and resonance. So and that's why it's actually really good for group socialization, because when kids all start to play together, that sort of effect of feeling isolated is actually dissipated, because there's actually like a nonverbal communication happening when people are all playing music together. So there's a lot of different ways. There's also like a reward thing that happens in the brain when you're listening to music and actually playing music. So yeah, it's, long story short, it's just engaging many different parts of the brain that don't usually communicate with each other.
What do you recommend for parents who may want to try sound therapy for their kiddos on the spectrum?
I recommend that you come and check us out at Kin Unified Healing. We have a program that's called Kin Academy, and it is a homeschool program and also an after-school program. So we provide 2 different times during the day where we teach creative learning, mindfulness, group projects, and it all revolves around sound and art and creativity. So that's what I would recommend. Also, just for at-home use, maybe getting like a drum or like a little hand pan drum, and just allowing the child to sort of play and playing with the child as well. So maybe 2 sets of drums and that sort of thing. Another thing that I like to do with my daughter is I will tap like a rhythm on her back or her chest, and I will start to sort of like rap the words. And it seems that her comprehension gets a lot more, she just becomes a lot more aware of like what the actual subject that we're talking about, and her comprehension improves when there's a rhythm and a cadence to what we're discussing. So trying those sort of different techniques like group playing, singing together, even rapping together if you can. But yeah, it's really just about engagement and feeding off of each other musically.
Since you are a sound healer, I wanted to ask, what's your favorite sound to listen to and or play?
All right, this is gonna sound pretty funny, but it's my voice. Not that I like to just hear the sound of my own voice, that's not what I'm trying to say, but my voice, actually the human voice is a really, really powerful sound healing tool, because it signals to the brain through the ear what it is that you're feeling. And so when you're able to move emotions with your voice, with singing, it actually does a lot of healing to the brain. So my voice is my favorite instrument to work with, because I love to sing, and I've been singing since I was 9. So yeah, it's my voice.
Everybody, do you guys want to hear the sound of the ocean? Yeah, okay, listen.
My final question for you is this anything like ASMR, which is autonomous sensory meridian response, or is that something different?
There's different aspects, right? So there can be sound therapy where people are just laying down and receiving like the sound frequencies, or just receiving a sound bath. There's expressive arts aspects to sound therapy where you could do like a drum circle. There's other expressive arts therapies where you lead the people in vocalizing, different mantras or chants or even just emotions. So there's participatory aspect of sound therapy, and then there's also like a reciprocatory aspect of sound therapy. Yeah, so it's different. And so when you ask that question of like what makes a good sound healer, or what makes somebody a sound healer, it's knowing the difference of when to apply those techniques.
Hey, you guys did really good.
Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Wow, I feel calm and relaxed already. Can you name something better than grooving to sensational sounds? I didn't think so. And now for our final story. We'd like to put the spotlight on one individual with autism.
close in proximity to the Center for Autism and Developmental Disabilities in LA, is one individual who was recently interviewed by Brian Gumbill with Real Sports HBO. His name is RJ Peete, and he works for the Los Angeles Dodgers. He was hired in 2016, and since then, he has talked about how much the Dodgers organization means to him, and how much it has helped him overcome the challenges associated with autism. As a kid, he struggled with social communication and connection, and he was always told that he would never be normal. In fact, for much of his middle school years, he was often bullied for his diagnosis. So when RJ joined the Dodgers, he was thrilled to be treated differently, meaning he was finally treated like everyone else. He mentions that working with the Dodgers organization was instrumental for him to develop social communication skills, as well as being able to take constructive criticism when he needed to. Manager of the Los Angeles Dodgers, Dave Roberts, had this to say about RJ.
To have a person in our clubhouse who is relentlessly positive every single day and excited to see you every single day and greet you with a big old handshake and throwing my back out every time he puts his arms on my back to give me a hug, that's empowering. It's very therapeutic, and I just adore that young man.
This kind of radiating energy is exactly what a team needs. You are making the world a better place by following your dreams and living a life of positivity. We can all learn something from you, RJ. Thank you for not just impacting the players, but also all of us too. And to learn more about RJ, be sure to stream Real Sports on the streaming platform Max, formerly known as HBO Max. We look forward to seeing your hard work, RJ, and of course, go Dodgers. And that's a wrap. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you enjoyed this weekly recap of autism news. If you like this video, be sure to give it a like and comment down below for your video suggestions. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a future video. And of course, if you like this shirt, go on and check out specialneedscoffee.com.